but I take it as progress and not perfection. That's, I make mistakes like everybody does. And I think it's how you pick yourself back up and move forward that really matters. So
are you dating now at all?
I'm dating, but nobody that I want to introduce to my children. Let's put it that way.
Just having fun. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I know you spoke a little bit about this on Watch What Happens Live, but I mean, what was your reaction about Tom's engagement? I know obviously you've moved on and, everybody has moved on, but what was kind of your reaction, especially on the date, and how it didn't make you feel?
Well, listen, I've totally moved on, and, Tom can do whatever he wants, and I wish him the best.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I know that you were also, released a statement, and you were recently in the news about what happened recently in New York. But what would you say that you learned from the incident at Townhouse?
Well, listen, I think every experience is a learning experience and one you have to grow from. I definitely had a slip, and I apologized because I wouldn't give back the microphone. And I just look at it as it's a journey for me. It's day by day. And, my ultimate goal is to not drink. Mm-hmm. And so that's really where my head's at. And that's why I made Fosé, so that I have an option. I made that during the pandemic. What people don't understand is that I did not drink on the girls' trip. I did not drink on the last season of the Housewives. Mm-hmm. So I've had a lot of good moments, and I'm not going to let that moment define me. And, but I take it as progress and not perfection. That's, I make mistakes like everybody does. And I think it's how you pick yourself back up and move forward that really matters. So, I'm, living a healthy lifestyle. I'm, happy I have my Fosé to fall back on. And, I made that during the pandemic when I, was totally not drinking with my daughter, and, as I am now. And we really made something for ourselves that we felt there was a void for in the market, which is an elevated bottle of something that looks like you're drinking, that could taste like you're having wine, to take that stigma away from someone who doesn't drink. You could put this in a vat of bottles of rosé and pour yourself a glass, and you're drinking right along with everyone else. And what I love about it is, it's not wine that we take the alcohol out of. It's built from the ground up with natural tannins and oak and rosemary and grape. And so, it really does mimic the taste of wine with all these amazing ingredients. It even has Damiana in it, which is good for the nerves. And so it's healthy, and it's also low calorie, and comes in this beautiful bottle. And I think it's just a great option for people out there that prefer not to drink or want to, it's not just for people that don't drink. I mean, you can have a glass of rosé and have a glass of Fosé. Yeah. And guess what? Everybody thinks you're drinking the same thing. So that was the ultimate goal, is to have something that you can have in your hand. It's really about holding a drink in your hand at the end of the day for socializing. So I wanted something like that. And I'm very proud of what we've made, because it really is delicious.
Definitely. I mean, whatever you're having, Luann, I'm having, because you look absolutely amazing. I mean, what would you say is your trick to getting into a bikini? Because I feel like you look better than ever.
Oh, thank you. Listen, not drinking helps a lot with that. I eat very healthy, and, I exercise, and, and I think, at this point in my life, you got to fight against gravity. So that means you got to work at it. So, I work at it, and I, try to be as healthy as I can. But thank you.
Yeah. I mean, what is your your workout, fitness, nutrition plan, and maybe products that you swear by?
Well, I love to, do yoga. I started meditating now. It just keeps me centered. I have a Mediterranean diet. I try to keep out carbs from my diet, and eat leafy greens and all that good stuff. But, I like to eat. So I give myself, presence of, once in a while having that pasta, or once in a while having that dessert. But for the most part, it's Mediterranean diet. And I think just Mediterranean exercise, and, not drinking helps a lot.
It definitely does. And I know you mentioned Dorinda before. Did she give you any inside scoop on Ultimate Girls Trip season 2?
The only scoop I've heard is it's going to be phenomenal. And there's a lot of drama because I think that cast, there's a lot of crazy going on in there. So I think it's going to be a really good, crazy ride. I don't know if it's, I loved Ultimate Girls Trip on our trip because we were on kind of the same playing ground. It wasn't anybody's house. We were in the Turks and Caicos. It was somebody else's house. And I think that breaking that fourth wall and getting to know each other, it felt like good old fashioned Housewives to me. Yeah. And I think that's why people liked it so much. It wasn't, crazy over the top drama, but just enough of knowing more about us and learning more about us and being kind of on the inside of our relationships. And, I didn't know Kenya very well, so I got to know her really well. Kyle, I was totally surprised by, I was expecting kind of more of a snobby LA girl, and she was actually really down to earth and a lot of fun. We laughed a lot. So yeah, I was really happy with that trip and happy to get to know the girls that I didn't really know.
Definitely. I absolutely loved it. I hope that you all go back to Turks and Caicos or somewhere else topical and do it all over again because it was a lot of fun.